we're back. Multi-Choice Nigeria has now announced the list of nominations for the 10th African Magic Viewers' Choice Awards. It's set to happen on the 11th of May 2024 here in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, the AMVCA, it is an annual award presented by MultiChoice. We recognize outstanding achievements in television and film. We look forward to it. We do. We're like, let's see who's going to get what. There's also a lot of backlash at the end of the show because everybody's like, no, my favorite person to not win, but you know, everybody can win. Anyway, we're still in the nominee stage, so joining me to review this year's nominees, the head of production at Accelerate Studio, Esse Akwawa, and she's produced and directed TV commercials, documentaries, the like. So it's great to have you on the show, Esse. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Generic overview, what did you think about it? What did you think of the nominations for this year?
Wow, it shocked us, I won't lie, it shocked everybody. You know, with Over the Bridge bagging 12 nominations.
I know.
You know, like, I'm so excited.
I know.
For personal reasons, though.
Tell me why you're... Oh, are you on the project?
No, I'm not, but I have my people on there. Tolu Ajayi is the director, Segilola Ogidan, these are my people. So I'm just literally too excited that I can't even contain it. But yeah.
Well, I'm excited as well. But now let's take a look at some of those nominees. I would be honest to say that while I am excited for Over the Bridge, the movies that I'm even more excited about, more like categories. I think this year we saw very interesting categories like the best digital content. Now, for the longest time, we've spoken about the importance of content creation, but now we're seeing AMVCA recognizing it rather. So what does this tell us about the future of content creation? Are we moving from set up your ring lights and tripod to, listen, get yourself a good camera and produce some good content?
What I would say is just a category, and if you notice, it's one of the earliest categories, and it's just one. It's also a way to encourage content creators. Not everybody has the money to go and get an RE Alexa camera or hire a Sony camera to shoot, but these guys, they're entertaining us on a daily basis on digital platforms. Are doing a very good job at it. So I feel like it's a great thing that the AMVCA has decided to create a category to kind of like appreciate them and just get them noticed. I think it's a great one. I'm actually very, very excited about Lai.
I know, Lai Wasabi, right?
Lai is so hilarious.
Can I be honest with you? I am like a gigantic fan.
Listen.
I am a huge fan. I think he's really tall to start with, but first of all, law, I studied law.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it can take the life out of you.
It can take a toll.
It can take its toll on you. So to see a creative make lemonade out of the lemons that is law, it is amazing.
Lai is super, super talented. I really, really wish that he gets this award. He deserves it. Lai has worked so hard over the years to work on his content creation. He's not just a regular skit maker. I call him a content creator who's so intelligent about what he does. And when you watch his videos, you get something out of it. I'm a huge Lai fan.
Well, lawyer, please, you need to come and, pay your dues because this is, lawyer.
I'm a huge Lai fan.
Best Indigenous, language film. But can I be honest?
Yes, please.
I watched Ijobo and did I say it well?
Ijobon,
yes.
Ijobon, yeah.
I have reservations. Because it was such a good film that ended with a very, very annoying cliffhanger. I'm like, what do you mean? How do you throw those things away? What kind of behavior is this?
So for me, the category is a tight one.
It is.
However, the reason why I would pick Jagun Jagun over the other films, I mean, I love Mami Wata. CJ is a fantastic storyteller. CJ has been celebrated around the world. I mean, this is Mami Wata was considered for the Oscars, I think. So, however, for me, it's a personal preference and not basically,
like a technical preference.
For me, it's a personal preference. I enjoyed watching Jagun Jagun. Ijoban was great, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed watching Jagun Jagun. So for me, I want Jagun Jagun to actually take the lead in here, and just so that Nigerian filmmakers know that when you make Nigerians enjoy your content and they love it, you can get rewarded for it. It was a great job done. I wouldn't even lie. That film was great. Although the category choke.
No, I'm not going to lie, and I think that's the word right there. The category is plenty. Because I think CJ Obasi's Mami Wata being there. Now, and not to say that we don't know our audience here, but the AMVCA is not a Nigerian category. If you notice, apart from having West Africa for Indigenous film, they also went to East Africa, they went to South Africa as well. But for West Africa, this is Africa. This is a group of people from different parts of this society. And I'm sure even outside that have considered the movies that we create here. So which is why I think Esse Obasi really stands a high chance of getting this because he's not only been recognized on a local level, he's been recognized internationally as well. So it's just like Milkmaid. Remember how far Milkmaid went? I think Esse Obasi has the potential to 1000% take this home.
Yes, so CJ, yes, you're correct. If you're looking at it from the perspective of an international audience and an international filmmaker's perspective. However, for me, I always say something. How am I going to know if I like a film when I've not even seen it?
Yeah.
You know, yes, it's been premiered international on different film festivals, Sundance and the rest of it.
Yes.
But we haven't been given the opportunity to really enjoy the beauty that CJ had created. We know it is great. We already know.
Because they told us.
But they told us that it is great.
I
have not been privileged to watch it.
I understand what you mean.
I've watched Ijogbon, I've watched Jagun Jagun.
It's not as accessible as the rest of the movies.
You know, but it still doesn't limit, it doesn't change the fact that it's a beautiful film. It's creatively done properly.
Okay.
And it's done by someone we all respect in the industry, CJ.
Yes.
However, for me, if you want to put in this category, I feel like Jagun Jagun should just take this home.
Well, I guess, we're going to be there and we're going to watch and we're going to go scream at whoever wins. But let me just read out the nominees for the best writing movie. Now, this was a hot one. Breath of Life, Bibi Shashara, Over the Bridge, Tosino Tudeko, Funmilayo Ransom Kuti, Tunde Babalola, Jagun Jagun, Adebayo Tijani, Afame Funa, Anya Sandra, Adora, A Tribe Called Judah, yes, and again, Mami Wata. This category, I'm not going to say anything because I don't know what to say.
This is another category that choke. You have to say choke. Because the thing is, why do you put all of this in one category? It's too much to handle.
Come on, look what they did with Best Picture at the Oscars. It happens everywhere.
It's too much because for me, Breath of Life, it's just a masterpiece.
I cried.
Listen, who didn't cry?
I cried. I cried.
Do you know, I messaged Bibi. I said, Bibi, thank you for what you've done. This is so good. So, saying Bibi, for me, I'm already biased. I'm this has to go to Bibi.
Yeah.
However, I understand that other films have also put in a lot of effort in writing the script, and the director have put in a lot of effort in bringing it to life. However, choke.
You know what I would say? I would say this also tells us another thing, that we need multiple awards like this.
Thank you.
And I'll explain. We have, I'm just going to have to use international parlance because that's the space that we are in here. Now, you have the Golden Globes, you have the Screen Actors Guild Awards, you have the Oscars, you have the NAAC CP Image Awards. So even if A doesn't get it here, A can get it there.
Yeah.
You know? Now, these are all movies that in their own right have done exceedingly well. My worry is because we're so limited in the amount of platforms that recognize successful African movies, it now sort of starts to look like a competition as opposed to this is just an encouragement for a work well done or a recognition for a work well done.
But we have other awards as well. They're just not as prominent or as celebrated.
We have AMA, that I know. We have AMA.
Bond Awards, Best Hollywood Awards. It's been going on for years now.
That's true.
I just feel like, we Nigerians, we like to celebrate paparazzi. You know, this...
No, but if we're being very honest...
Yeah, AMVCA.
And you cannot blame us for thinking that way because I have to say this. AMVCA have put in that work into looking and presenting and becoming that brand.
But what I would say to you is this, from my own perspective, like I always say, AMVCA is called the Viewers' Choice Awards for a reason.
Yes.
You know, the viewers, they want to see their favorite celebrities on screen. They don't care about the technicalities of making a film, about the storyline and all of those. They just want to laugh, have fun. However, awards like AMA, they kind of focus more on technicalities of this film. So it's just about us figuring out which one do you want to, put more importance to. They're all very important.
I think we should put importance on everything.
They're all important, but it depends on...
Yeah, speaking of, they're now telling us that, okay, there's going to be a jury for specific categories.
I think I'm happy about that.
I am. Best lead actor, for instance, where you have Wale Ojo, Breath of Life, Stan Nze. I was quite surprised here. I'm like, amazing, it deserves it.
No, Stan is great, but
that was Stan Nze. Okay, that's a good one. And then we have Mark Zenga from Omen, Gideon Okeke from Egun as well, David Ezekiel from Blood Vessel, Richard Mofedamije from The Black Book, and Adedimeji Lateef from Jago Jagun. I think RMD in The Black Book
and Wale Ojo. And I'm so glad that this year they made this category a jury-based category because you cannot leave the fate of these actors in the hands of there's going to be problem. They're going to be crying on that day. So I'm happy it's jury based and I love it. So let the jury do their thing.
Let the jury decide. I mean, I can't wait to see how they play this one out. Like I said, I've watched most of the movies in this category, and I have movies that I would watch a second time. I would watch it again because every time you watch it, and it's very unusual for me, you're like, oh, I missed this the first time. It's not just a feel-good film. This is a movie that, Wale Ojo in Breath of Life.
Wale Ojo, oh God, that man is an actor and more. He killed it. Like, whenever I think of Breath of Life and I think of Wale Ojo's performance, I'm just like, God, how? Where did he have to go to give us that performance? Because you need to go somewhere as an actor to get a performance like that out. And for me, I think this man deserves his flowers.
Yeah, he does.
He deserves his flowers so bad that I really, really pray that he gets this award.
I agree.
He deserves it this time.
And he is such like he's so light to speak to. We interviewed him on the show, and he was just having a conversation freely, easily.
Jury, please.
Let's wait and see. For all we know, Gabriel Afolayan was also nominated in this category, by the way. But let's go to the best lead actress, where we have Segilola Ogidon for Over the Bridge, Lucy Dubé for Omen, Omawomi Dada for Assyria De Iriti Doyle for The Origin, Madam Koi Koi, Ada Obidibo for Blood Vessel, Evelyn Lilly for Mami Wata, Kende Bankole for Adire, and Funke Akindele.
You see, in this category, I will be very greedy and I'll be selfish. Segilola deserves this, and I'll tell you why Segi
I wasn't expecting that.
Yes. And I'll tell you why Segi. So yes, Segi is my personal friend. However, take friendship aside, Segi is an actor that Nigerians are yet to really see. I don't think Nigerians understand the weight that woman carries. Segi is an actor and more. Her range is out of this world. So I'm so happy that she's in this category and she's leading with the leading ladies. I'm like, please.
So it's kind of like what Hollywood is doing with Ayo Edebiri right now, where she's bagging all the major awards. You feel like Segi should be that person?
Segi should be that person. I'm telling you, you've seen Segi on Charles Play's film, Glamour Girls. You've seen her on the other things she's done. You can tell this girl has a range.
But you know what I also think? I love that for her, and I hope she gets it. But is it Kende Bankole?
No, come on.
That is another.
We can't argue that.
And I don't think it's a thing of we're sleeping on it. It's a thing of Kende Bankole is exactly who she thinks she is.
Yes, she is.
And this is another. You see, Adire. I watched Adire 3 times.
Oh wow!
And I'm going to shock you. I watched it 3 times in 1 week.
No, that was a beautiful.
There were scenes that just made me happy.
That was a beautiful film. That was
what?
And I'm really. I was saying to a friend this morning. I was like, I'm so happy for Kende to be in this category. A category that celebrates leading women in the industry. For me, it's something that we also have. We were sleeping on these lady scenes now.
But you know what? I have to say this, right? Iriti Doyle. That's enough. See, that's why I said this category. I don't want to say anything. Iriti Doyle in Madame Koi Koi shows us that, like, obviously we talk about range in acting, but she really shows us that, like, you can be this person here, you can be this person there.
True.
True. I didn't like her.
I know.
I was like, I didn't like this person. I didn't like her character. But I love Iriti Doyle.
Yes,
but
I know.
For her to get me so angry to the point where I'm like, I really, really don't like you.
I know.
And that's a sentiment that a lot of people felt. So again, this is one of those categories that we're just gonna have to
hands off,
wait and see.
Sure.
But most importantly, though, let's talk about turnout, right? Now, when we talk about Nigerian award shows, we often talk about, okay, like music and films. The biggest problem we have is that our stars don't come out. Do you think we suffer the same issue as we do? Because by stars, I mean, like, for instance, the Headies, they would say, oh, listen, people don't come out as much. Our big stars don't come out. Do you think we suffer the same thing in Nollywood, or do you think we don't, and that is why, we often get celebrated more at home than we do internationally?
I wouldn't say our stars don't come out. They used to come out a lot, if you recall, like a few years back. But a lot of people stopped coming out because a lot of people don't always like the outcome of all of these events. Some people believe that, I'm supposed to be here, I'm not there. What's the point?
Getting all dressed up, how much it will
cost me maybe 200K to get a dress made for myself, how much for my makeup. What's the point when I'm just going to... So it's like the industry is using me to create a great event, using me as props.
But is that what it is?
Well, some people have said that. Well, some have said, you know what, there's no point. Why am I even going out there? I'm not nominated. my friends are nominated. I need to go on set to go and make money. I'm making a film right now. So I don't feel like Nigerian celebrities don't want to come out. They just don't see the need to come out for these things. And that's because of what some of them have gone through in the past. But that's not to say it's excusable. No, it's an industry we're all still trying to build. I feel like we need to support each other. But it depends, you know, on individuals' preferences. You can't force someone to come for an award that they were not nominated in. Please, by all means, stay in your house if you want to. But I think we need to do better.
We do, and that's one of the reasons why I talked about this. I think it would be nice if everyone came out for this one.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it will be very nice. But anyway, Esse, this has been an amazing conversation. Thank you so much for joining me on the show. And to you watching at home, well, I guess it's just one thing left. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully your faves, as much as mine, get the big awards.